Are you a coach or a healer and you're curious, how can I be seen as an expert in my field? Well, if that's a question you got, then this video is for you.
We all win when we all win. We all win when we all win.
Hey there, my friend. I'm Super Sid, the Marketing Shaman, and I help coaches and healers create their first or next 10K payday where they go out there and generate $10,000 for their coaching or their healing business in 30 days or less using a profitable presentation. And in today's video, we're specifically going to be talking about how you can position yourself to be seen as an expert coach and as someone in high authority within, the crowded industry that you might be in. There's a lot of times people are going to be entering into a very crowded or a very shark infested industry or where there's going to be a lot of competition. But the truth is when you enter an industry with all that competition, that usually means there's a lot of people inside that industry or inside that marketplace that need help. And in this video, we're going to be talking specifically about how you can stand out in that crowded industry and be seen as the top expert for people who need help with the solution that you provide, will come running to you, begging you for your help. Without any further ado, let's head in to this video. All right, so first things first, what is the number one rule about experts, and what is the number one thing that you see every expert have? And ultimately, to be an expert, we actually have to do something. Now, I say that very gingerly, and I say that very not lightly, but I say that not in a chance to be mean, but in a way to really make sure that we understand as coaches and as healers, if we're going to be an expert in a field and we're going to be seen as someone who can help solve a specific problem, we actually have to be able to solve that problem to begin with. There's so many coaches and healers out there just think they can put a phone in front of their face and all of a sudden they become an expert. We need to actually do something, and we need to actually be able to go out there and solve a specific problem that we say that we can solve. So if we're an expert in something, the first thing that we need to look at is ultimately, what are we an expert in? And specifically, what is the specific solution that we help people with? Now, when we look at the specific solution that we help people with, I think a lot of times people go really broad. They'll say, I'm a relationship coach, I'm a money coach, whatever, I'm a health coach. The thing is, though, is you're going to specifically help people reach a solution or a goal, So you're going to be helping them as a relationship coach after they get divorced, go to their first date. That's a specific thing, and we want to make sure that we identify what that specific thing is, because you're not just you might be able to be a relationship coach, but in the package and the offer that you're going to be offering people, you're specifically going to be helping them get to one goal, not every goal. Before I go into this next segment of talking specifically about how you can stand out and be seen a lot more as a coach or a healer out in a very crowded marketplace, I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel. I'm putting out new and exciting videos every single day showing coaches and healers so they can go out there and generate more money, specifically go out there and reach their first or next 10K payday very quickly using a profitable presentation. Make sure to click that button below and subscribe. All right, so when we go into a crowded market, I think one of the biggest things that a lot of businesses in general, not just coaches, not just healers, but when anybody goes into a marketplace, and there's going to be a bunch of people who are offering things in that marketplace, one of the first things you want to look at is what are the things that are being offered to solve the problem that is at hand. So specifically, we solve a specific problem in the marketplace. We help people make more money. That's the problem. We prevent people from starting a coaching business and it failing by helping them make more money and specifically make 10K, generate 10K paydays. But specifically, what is this? We want to look at taking a stance around what it is, that we are looking to go out there and help people with. And not only are we looking to take a stance, but we're also wanting to take a stance with people in the marketplace. This is a very big hack. So say that you have a very well-known name that's already in the market. For someone like me, this might be like Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, Russell Brunson, one of those people, And I might agree with something that they already agree upon. By simply agreeing and taking a stance to stand alongside them, or taking a stance in general that is going to parallel or be seen as something that they agree with, I'm automatically going to be seen standing next to or agreeing with that person, which in turn is a lot of times going to attract people who follow that person to me. So ultimately, when we take a stance, we're looking to find out who in our Dream 100 agrees with some of the same principles that we agree with, or the same things that we agree with in regards to the problem that we're helping people solve. And let's make sure that we take a stance next to them so that we can be seen next to them and talking about them and talking about how we agree with the same things that they do. Now, on the flip side of taking a stance, we also want to look at throwing rocks. Now, ultimately, right, when we're talking about throwing rocks, what we're wanting to throw rocks at is the things, right, against what it is that we are for, right? We just talked about taking a stance for something. Are we for or are we against something, right? Who do we stand with and who do we not stand with? Well, ultimately, right, what we want to identify with in this marketplace around what it is that we are helping people with, around specifically, right, the solution that we provide, we want to make sure that if there's another way out there that is crap, that is not a good way, that we want to keep people away from when it comes to getting help, right, then ultimately, right, we have the opportunity to throw rocks. One of the things we throw rocks at here over at our 10K payday and stuff like that is we talk about helping people with profitable presentations. That means that we do not do discovery calls. So when it comes to we talking about discovery calls, you're always going to hear us talking about how discovery calls are not the best way and how profitable presentations are, simply because profitable presentations are a lot easier, a lot more efficient, and specifically help you create a lot more impact, right, in one central setting, whereas a discovery call is literally just hopping on a sales call hoping somebody is, interested, let alone being able to hop on a call and actually make a lot of impact and specifically be able to help them. So, when we look at throwing rocks, we're wanting to find things that we don't agree with or that are really against our cause and what we're wanting to help, and then we can go out there and start throwing rocks at what those things are. All right, here's the last piece. And then the last piece is very, very important. In fact, this is the first time I've ever said this publicly. But ultimately, right, I get asked a lot of times, said, how narrow should I go? And I kind of mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but I really kind of want to restate this, and I really want to make sure that I put this in the video and put focus on this. But ultimately, right, I think a lot of times, especially new coaches, they go out there, like when we were new, right, and it's real easy to say, I'm going to help you do this really big thing. Well, this really big thing, I'm going to help you with your health. I'm going to help you with your wealth or your money, and I'm going to help you with, your relationships. But I think one of the biggest things that can help us as coaches create more influence, be positioned as that person in the marketplace, is actually to narrow down. There's so many customers out there, right? You don't have to be the health coach right now if you're brand new. You don't have to be the wealth coach. You don't have to be the relationship coach. But what if you're the coach, the number one coach that helps people who get divorced get back on their first date and start dating again? What if you're the number one coach who helps, their family get closer together, through, helps teenage kids get closer together with their parents? What if you're the number one coach who, helps people when it comes to creating a 10K payday? What if you're the number one coach, who helps entrepreneurs, right? Who helps entrepreneurs who recently started an entrepreneurial business stay in shape or stay healthy, right? Through nutrition or through weight loss or whatever it might be. But ultimately, right? What if you niche down an extra level? What if you went down that extra level and were able to then be the macho man, woman, or person in that niche? What if you were able to be, right, the big kahuna in that niche very, very early, and you were able to make an impact with those people very, very early because you were able to help people early on in that smaller niche? That's what I'm talking about. Specifically for new coaches, we find that if you take an extra layer down and you narrow down just one more layer, you are going to be able to go out there and be seen a lot more faster. And typically you're going to be able to make a lot more impact and sign up a lot more customers faster, just like it helped us. Are you a coach or a healer who's looking to go out there and make more money? Specifically, go out there and reach your first or your next 10K payday? Well, if that's the case, then I got a brand new free gift for you called my Perfect Profitable Presentation Pack, and you can grab it down there in the description right now for free. The Perfect Profitable Presentation Pack is going to be everything that you need to go out there and build your perfect profitable presentation in 30 minutes so that you can use it here in 30 days to go out there and reach your first or your next 10K payday. It's absolutely free, and you can grab it down there in the description. You're going to get 3 things and 2 items in that profitable presentation pack, including my script, my templates, and my slides, all geared to help you build your perfect profitable presentation in 30 minutes so you can go out there in the next 30 days and use it to make more money, specifically help you reach your first or your next 10K payday. It's down there in the description. You can go down there and grab it right now for free. And don't forget, we all win when we all win. Let's go out there and make a choice to win today by not only subscribing to this channel, but by going down there and grabbing your perfect profitable presentation pack right now. We'll see you in the next video.